Good day, everyone. We are going live. We're giving the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes of this live. You guys some value. We should be going live on our Facebook well and subscription. Let's see, there's maybe a little bit of a delay. We're going to be going over concentration, creating a new reset, hitting that reset button, and get emotionally involved with your goals, visions, and ultimately your desire. What is your true desire? What do you really want? What are you willing to change? And that's the key. When you're not really willing to change habits, change way of doing things, you're going to experience the same lifestyle. Not because you can't have more, because you're not in the habit of it. Let's see here. Something got stuck on our page here. Maybe we're working now. Let's see. That's probably why. 1 second. Giving everybody the opportunity Mindset Reset 2025, the power of concentration. There you go. All right, we should be getting kicked off. When you're on live as well, you guys are going to get quite a bit of value tonight and really understand how to take yourself to the next level. What is that next level? Well, that's up to you. It's for you to decide what the next level is. Everything starts off with a vision and concentration, focus, will, desire. What is it that you truly want? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change? How far are you willing to go to experience the life that you desire? And what habits and behaviors are you willing to let go of, develop, and really change yourself? I can go back many years ago where the habits that I had did not serve the man that I wanted to be. And we are habitual by nature. And our habit is going to be directly in alignment with the service we provide. And the service we provide is always directly in alignment and relationship with the amount of money that we earn to what we experience. So it's very important to understand your contribution. What is your contribution to the world? And some of you may be thinking, well, I never really thought about it that way. And I didn't either at the time, but your contribution to the world really affects the people you serve, and it affects you, your family, and really your environment. The more you can contribute to society, the more you can contribute to the service, serving other people, helping other people, the more you're going to earn. Money is the byproduct. Money is just a result of how well you serve and the way you serve. So really identifying how you want to contribute. And we'll dig into that contribution and concentration. You know, I was concentrating at one time on contributing my spirit. My spirit was a contribution. Your spirit is always a contribution. It is a spiritual factor that gives life to all things. So your spiritual factor is literally contributing its awareness, it's contributing its way of thinking, and it's giving your life. You're giving your life for the way you contribute to service. Everyone has to earn money. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're at, what part of the world, we all have to earn. And we earn by giving services. So the service you give is directly in alignment with your contribution because you're contributing your life. And when you really start to understand that money is simply the result of the contribution. You can change. You can change the way you contribute. And for some of you, you may be thinking, well, I've been doing this all my life, or I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been doing this for 10, 20, 30 years. That doesn't matter. All you've learned is how to contribute in that certain way. When I say it doesn't matter, I'm saying it doesn't hold you back. It will not stop how you can contribute in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. Because really, when you change the way you contribute, when you learn how to contribute more or contribute in a certain way that you're going to earn the life that you live, you can actually maximize what you're doing in 1 year. You can do more than what you've been doing in the last 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10 years. I've worked with people where they've done 20, 30 times their income, according to what they were earning annually. How is that possible? Well, the way they were contributing prior was the way they were thinking. And the way they were thinking was coming from their beliefs that matched the behavior, and it was habitual. And ultimately, we're habitual by nature. And really, you're going to have to go against your ingrained way of thinking, your ingrained way of contributing. And when you're willing to go against your belief systems, everything changes. Everything will change. I learned that my belief systems were not going to give me the life that I wanted. My belief systems had already led me to experience the life that I was experiencing. And when I learned that my belief system is the control factor, literally the control factor that was affecting my life, affecting the way I was living, it was affecting my experiences, and it was affecting the future. So here we look at concentration not as something only that we would focus on to the future, but really focus on the things that you're concentrating on now. And is that thing giving you the life that you desire? Is the things that you focus on today going to give you the results that you want? Are you really contributing your life to something that's going to give you the lifestyle you desire? You're going to really need to take a look at what has focused you in, honed you in to the way you contribute your time. And time is the most valuable thing we have. It truly is, because we don't know how much of that we have. And normally we're wasting it away doing things we really don't love, we really don't enjoy. And then it's not giving us the results that we want. Concentration, contribution, desire, fulfillment. Take a look at these different areas of your life: professional, personal. Look at the results. Am I truly acting like the person I believe to be? Am I truly acting like the person I want to be? Just because we're experiencing something we don't want does not mean that we have to continue to experience it. It does not mean that we have to continue to live the same way. It does not mean that we have to continue to live the lifestyle that we're living. But if we don't focus with our will into a completely different direction, the mind quickly and automatically looks for order. And it'll look for the order from past experiences. It'll look for the order from past examples from other people. And it goes into action. You go into action. What is it that would give you the lifestyle that you desire? Concentrate on a desire, and a desire that's worthy of you. You may say, well, what's worthy of me? That's something you got to ask yourself. I looked at the results I was getting, and I decided that the results I was getting was not worthy of me. I knew I was meant for more. I knew that I wanted to experience more, and I knew that I wanted to have more. So that means my standard of living at the time was not meeting my expectation for life. Now, if you're sitting here thinking, is your standard of living really meeting your expectations of life? You don't know how much time you have, but we can decide what we do in the time that we do have it. When you decide to change what you do in the time that you do have, you begin to understand that time is the most valuable thing you have. And you begin to discern how you want to contribute. And you can honestly, I can tell you right now, you can literally choose to live happier, healthier, wealthier, with more freedom. Did you know that life is a choice? Life circumstances, a choice. Life conditioning, a choice. The image making process that you've been using is literally a choice. And you've been choosing consciously or unconsciously, but you've been choosing. I had to go back and really take a personal inventory and look at myself. Am I meeting the expectations that I truly believe is meant for me? What do you really want? How do you want to live? And did you know that you're the only one that actually decides the opportunities that you have or don't have, but you experience according to the way you think? Now, some of you may be thinking that everything's not possible. I'm here to tell you that it is. And if you're willing to follow a process of development, if you're willing to follow techniques that have been proven, have changed my life, they changed other people's life. If you're willing to follow a process that's going to take you beyond where you've ever been, we can lead you to live the life that you desire. But you got to be willing and able to learn, unlearn, and relearn. In these classes, we teach people that concentration is not something that just happens. It's something that you have to desire with your will. Focus. The teachings that we teach will literally revolutionize your life. It's going to knock you off kilter. It's going to knock you off your habits. It's going to knock you off your behaviors. Because that's what a goal is supposed to do. That's what concentration is supposed to do. The thing is what you keep doing is going to give you the results that you don't want. What you keep doing will lead you to the same amount of money, to the same experiences, to the same lifestyle. And some of you may be thinking, maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't have the education. What if I don't have what it takes? I've worked with people with no education. I work with people with elementary education. I work with people with high school education. And I've worked with people with doctorates, master's degrees. And each and every one of them was the same. We have to go through the same process. Why? Because ultimately you're programmed to act and behave as you do. And learning how to unact and behave as you do is the trick. Learning to go beyond your beliefs, fears, doubts, worries, because at the end of it, it's always going to be the fear, the doubt, and the worry that's holding you back. At the end of it, it's going to be you against you. You against your beliefs, you against your habits, you against your behaviors, you against everything that you've been taught to be, to become, to have, and see. This is true education. Education is not teaching people things. Education is teaching people how to behave as they would never have behaved. I could never be the person I'm sitting in front of you right now without re-educating my mind, body, soul, finding my soul purpose, and act and behave as I would have never had behaved. Why? Because my program, the places I was around, some of the habits I picked up were taking me completely in the wrong direction. And if I would have not taken control and not be willing to reprogram, I would definitely be on a completely different path today. The thing that you want is on the other side of the unknown. The things that you desire is on the other side of everything that you are. And you've got to literally change who you are, because who you are cannot go into the future that you desire. The person that you are today cannot be the same person that is successful in the future. You recreate him or her. You reestablish, you rebuild, you reconstruct. Success is a progressive realization of going beyond the known. The truth is, what you know is going to hold you back every time. And that's why we set goals beyond what we know. A goal that's going to get you to get up and move and take action. Ambition and desire are the chief factors which enter into the act of successful concentration. Ambition, desire, enthusiasm are the chief factors which enter into the act of successful concentration. Without these factors, this magic key is useless. It does you no good if you cannot concentrate to a definite end. If you cannot concentrate on the actions and give your body command to the execution of that desire, it does you no good. Why? Because if your will is not strong enough, if your desire is not strong enough, the very instant you start to meet defeat, the very instant you start to meet your belief system, you quit. You let go. You conform and you go back to what you know. Really think about every chance that you had in your lifetime, in which you have one every millisecond, you get the chance to go beyond what you know. We're the only ones, as we know it, that actually choose to stay where we're at. We actually choose to not grow anymore. We actually choose not to change our life in the life of our family. We actually do that. And so many people around the world don't know that they're actually choosing to stay stuck. Freedom is choice. And the act of not choosing beyond what you know is a choice. The act of not developing yourself to become the person you want to be is a choice. The actual choice to stay stuck is a choice. The choice to get up in the morning at the same time you do for how many years is a choice. The choice to stay with your belief systems is a choice. Freedom, free will. God gave us free will, freedom to choose. We're the only ones that have the choice, as we know it. They can digress, can conform, restrict, and continue to make the same mistakes daily and not grow from them. Choice. Freedom is a choice. And if you're not choosing to change yourself, you're literally choosing to stay where you're at. I remember being upset at the world. And I figured out that I was the one that put myself there. I was upset with the world. I didn't like the results I was getting. I was unhappy, unhealthy. And I really wasn't living the way I wanted to live. Things had to change. And it wasn't anything outside. Outside was perfect. Look at your world today. Your outside world is perfect according to what you're willing to do. According to what you're not willing to do. Perfect. Perfect balance, perfect harmony. You may say that's not right. The universe always finds harmony. The problem is not the universe. It's the frequency that you're on that attracts the universe. It's the way you think that attracts the results. I had to take a really long stare, really long look at myself and look at the only person in the world that could change me. And I had to look at the person that created me. And if I wasn't willing to change the person that keeps recreating me every day I get up, I was going to live the same lifestyle again. I remember changing clothes, changing mindsets. Decide to go into another service, and then I would act the part. And I remember every time that I changed the service that I provide, the contribution that I was providing, and I was willing to become that person that was serving, I would go beyond what I knew. But I was still not living the life that I desired. But I was growing. So every time I would change my contribution, my life would change. I want you to really take a look at what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. When I would change the contribution that I was giving to the world, my contribution, my energy, my awareness, when I changed the contribution, my life would change. So according to the contribution you give, you align yourself with that type of money. Also, you align yourself with that type of service, and you align yourself with the type of people you're serving. So every time I chose to contribute in a different manner, I was serving different people. I was giving my life's energy, my vital life force with that will. And by law, I experienced the service and the customers and the surroundings that I must experience to experience that contribution. And the money was always equal proportion to what I did. So I'm giving you some valuable knowledge. Every time I changed the contribution and I was willing to contribute more, I would receive more money. Money is just a byproduct. Money is the easiest thing you'll ever do. Money is the easiest thing you could ever do when you learn to think in a certain way. You've got to learn how to become the person that gives the service and the people that you're serving. Money is a result. When I decided to build my first company, I didn't know what the hell I was doing at all. But I had a burning desire. That burning desire connected me to the unified field of intelligence. You may say, what is the unified field of intelligence? It's where we access an infinite field of consciousness. It's where you can access the unseen. I was literally working with the unseen. Somebody say, oh, that sounds crazy. Does it really? Where were the Wright brothers connecting with? What was Tesla connecting with? What was Edison connecting with? Where were they getting these ideas? You see, we talk about frequency, we talk about vibration, but what we really need to talk about is you. Without you, none of that happens. Without you, without the personal factor, that desire, that will, nothing exists. Look at everything around us today. Look at everything that's man-made. It came from a consciousness that has the ability to concentrate to particular and definite ends. That God-given right allows you access to an infinite field of consciousness. If you were to take away all the contribution of the men that have been willing to go beyond what they know, if you were to take away that essential part of consciousness that has brought all the things that man has created, we would still live with nature. Take away everything. Erase it. Erase the memory of every individual that has been able to contribute to the world by connecting with this infinite field of consciousness. Take it away. And all we would have is nature. Where did it all go? Bring it back. Fast forward thousands of years into the future. The thing that continues to take man beyond what he knows are the men that are willing to contribute their vital life force, their energy, to thinking of how they want to live, of thinking of how they're going to contribute to the world, of thinking of how they're going to bring valuable services, new products, new creativity. The people that are going beyond the known are the people that are capitalizing and earning wealth. Why? because they're willing to tap into this field of consciousness and receive insight from beyond and bring it back to what's known, and then willing to execute that vision and continue to receive intelligence, receive intuition to where they want to go, so that they may see the results they want in form. Concentration is the master key. But without you, it's nothing. So we want to introduce the introduction of the personal factor. But if you don't have a strong enough will and desire, you don't get the ideas. And if your belief does not support what you want to see, if your desire is not bigger than the beliefs of the programming that you have, you conform. What's been keeping you stuck? Beliefs, habits, behaviors, conditioning, role modeling. We have a really defined process that we take people so that they can go into that subconscious mind that allows them access to begin to start reprogramming. And what we teach is the process to that definite end. The execution of becoming the person that you truly desire to be. When you come to taking on concentrating, you're going to go right up against your belief systems. The TM praxis allows us to begin to deprogram belief systems. It's a transcendental meditation developed thousands of years ago. That process allows people to begin to deprogram emotional impacts, information that's holding you back, genetic engineering, genetic bloodline engineering. You may say, what's wrong with me? It's in the DNA. You're literally practicing memory. When you're not going beyond what you know, you're practicing somebody else's memory in the genome. That's why you look like the family. Why? Because you're following the engineering of the bloodline in that body you're in. There's so much to know and there's so much to unknow. Paint the picture clearly through the power of your imagination. It will soon become transformed into a beautiful picture of deeply seated desire. Use this desire and chief object of your concentration and observe what happens. You now have the secret of the magic key. Do not underestimate the power of the magic key, because it did not come to you clothed in mysticism, or because it is described in a language which all who will may understand. All great truths are simple, in final analysis, and easily understood, if they are not great truths. Use this magic key with intelligence, and only for the attainment of worthy ends, and it will bring you enduring happiness and success. Forget the mistakes of the past, failures from the past, experience failures. Quit living in the past. For you know that yesterday's never return. Start all over again. If your previous efforts have not turned out well, and make the next 5 or 10 years tell a new story of success that will satisfy your most lofty ambitions. Make a name for yourself and render the world a great service through enthusiasm, desire, concentrated effort. What is wrong with people, most people these days? They really don't want things to particular ends. What's wrong with most people these days? They really don't want things to particular ends. Really think about why you haven't got up and taken charge. Really think about why you really haven't taken on living the life that you truly desire. Really think about what happened in your 18 to 27 years of age. What happened in your 18, 27 to 34 years of age? What was happening? What happened to the person that thought anything was possible? When did you stop wanting things to particular ends? When did the ambition, the desire, the want? What happened to think that anything was possible? I already know what it is. Ambition and desire, enthusiasm fades away, and they want nothing in particular because they don't know what they want. Part of it is because you really don't know what you want. It could be a big part of it. But the reason that you really don't know what you want is because you really don't think anything is possible. And that is what's hidden in the subconscious. And you're not even aware. Majority of the time, you're not even aware. It is so, the subconscious will try to protect you from going beyond what you know, and it'll rob you from the life that you desire. Fear, old man fear, will clothe itself in so many different ways so that you don't go beyond what you know. But at the end of it, it's going to be beliefs and fear. Deep down inside, you don't think you're good enough. You don't think you can change. You're afraid of success. You're afraid of failure. At the end of it is fear. What truths could we have if we were willing to understand ourselves? What truths could we manifest? What greatness could we have if we were willing to understand ourselves? What reality could we unfold? What creativity could we have? This is clearly up to you. This is the choice between you and you. There's no one else. We teach people how to go beyond themselves. It's you. You're the problem. A lot of people may not like that, but at the end of it, that's who you have to face. This is going to be a story between you and you, the lower you and the higher you. The lower part of your consciousness and the higher part of your consciousness, but they are both conscious. You see, your spiritual DNA knows it's meant for more, and it knows that it can achieve more. The lower part of your same consciousness is the fear, doubt, and worry, and the thing that says, who do you think you are? The duality is within consciousness being aware that it's more. The duality is the lower consciousness wanting to control your spiritual nature, which was always meant to go beyond what it knows. We're at our time. Really take a look at what we're doing. You guys that are, I'm doing this on YouTube, giving you guys a lot of value and really bringing you the focus point that this is you and it's your life. And it's up to you to change it. You're the focus of tonight. And the truth is, you're the focus of the rest of your life. You've got to get up and make the decision that you're going to be the focus for the rest of your life. Because nobody's going to change you. And nobody can. And nobody can give you the life that you desire or could ever have. Only you know what you're worth. And only you know what you desire and could have and want to have. When you're ready to go beyond yourself, that ego, when you're ready to go beyond the ego and let it go, let go of that ego. When you're willing to let go of that ego and build a new design, a new model, send us a message. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day. Wonderful day.